What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here, and I'd like to welcome you to my collectible video for Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to collect all 193 of the collectibles. Yes, you heard that right, 193 collectibles. There are a lot of freaking collectibles in this game. The reason why this video is so long is because there's so many collectibles in this game. I mean, there's treasures, conversations, journal entries, journal notes. This game has everything, and it is the Uncharted game that has probably the most collectibles, or it is the Uncharted game with the most collectibles out of all four of them. So, before we get into this, I just want to say real quick, spoiler alert, if you have not actually played this game, I'm going to be spoiling like a lot of parts of this game. So, I can't, when I'm doing a collectible video, it's kind of hard to avoid spoilers. So, yeah, but there are a lot of collectibles in this game. So, I'm just warning you, strap yourself in here. So, starting off with chapter 2, as soon as you start, uh, and you're done talking with Vargas, you're going to head down here. And this is right at the beginning. You're going to slide down the slope and then jump up here. And then you're going to go up here. And before you go and, get your grappling hook, you want to jump down this well right here for the first treasure. And there it is. Alright. And then for treasure number 2, a little ways ahead, you're going to be climbing the side of this old prison right here. And eventually you're going to get inside. So you just want to keep going. And then you're going to jump inside this window right here. And as soon as you get inside, what you want to do is jump down. And sitting here in the rubble is going to be the second treasure, which is like a pocket knife of sorts. Alright. Jumping ahead to chapter 3, right at the beginning, as soon as you start, what you want to do is go to the right of this area, and you could hold the X button to ascend if you want, but you want to actually go deeper here, and it's going to be sitting right there. And then treasure number 4, you want to continue going where you're supposed to go, basically. And as soon as you get past the seaweed or this log right here, you want to make a left and go into like this little cave-ish looking area. And the treasure is going to be sitting right there. Okay. And then eventually you're going to find the shipping container. Once you do, from this location, you want to turn around completely and head in the direction of this really tall seaweed. And it's going to be sitting right there. And it's like a compass of sorts. Okay? And as soon as you make it out of the water and onto the boat here with your crew, the first optional conversation is actually going to be in this area. There's 2 optional conversations in this chapter, and the first one is right here with this guy. And as soon as you're done having the optional conversation with this guy, you're gonna want to go have the other one. But yeah, this is a pretty short optional conversation, so I decided to keep this in here. Most of the time, I don't keep the full conversations in here because they're really long, and yeah. But the second one is actually up here with this guy. And as soon as you're done having the optional conversation with this guy, you're gonna want to turn around, and treasure number 6 is going to be sitting right here. Alright. And jumping ahead to chapter 6. There are no treasures in chapters 4 or 5. And right at the beginning of chapter 6 here, you're going to be going through this area. And you're going to want to go to the right from where we're at right now. But instead what you want to do is go to the left. And on the edge of this cliff is the next treasure. the first of, I think there's 8 treasures in this chapter, something like that. Alright, and then you're going to climb up into this area right here of Sam once the coast is clear. And treasure number 8 is going to be sitting on like the window frame next to like this shed right here. And then immediately after collecting that, the next optional conversation can be triggered if you just go forward a little bit. Yeah, a lot of the times the optional conversations are just triggered automatically. So there it is. And then optional conversation number 4 is going to be in this area. Sam's going to ask you about your archaeological finds and whatnot. And eventually the bubble is going to pop up. Pretty soon. There it is. Alright, and then when you reunite with Sully, and you're in this room right here, and the cutscene is over, you want to turn around and go back into this room, and sitting on this, like, desk is the 9th treasure. Desk slash dresser, I don't really know how to describe that. And then after collecting that, treasure number 10 is actually going to be just ahead. You're going to go through this crowd of people and come to the right onto this balcony and make another right, and it's going to be sitting right there. And then immediately after that, you can trigger the next optional conversation with Sam real quick. There it is.
What are you doing? I'm just going over.
And a little ways ahead, you're going to be in this area right here. You want to head down this way, and basically if you see these tables right here, then that's your cue that you're in the right place. But sitting right here is going to be the 11th treasure. Alright, and then treasure number 12, you're going to be in this area. You're going to peek through that door right there, and then you're going to head down these stairs. And the first rule of stairs is as soon as you get down to the stairs, you want to turn around completely. And the treasure is usually going to be hidden right there. And that's where it is.
Of course. Okay.
Alright. And then treasure number 13. When you make it outside, you're going to want to boost Sam up. But before you do that, you're going to want to go this way. And just drop down completely. And it's telling me to find my ally when I don't need to do that. I'm trying to get treasures. Alright, and then you want to head up this like fire escape. Alright, and then you want to come up here. And you gotta do a little bit of climbing to get to this one. So, yeah, but you're gonna want to climb up this pole right here. And then go around and down here. And it's gonna be sitting on like this rooftop corner, or like the edge of this rooftop. Then you're going to boost Sam up the ladder, and he's going to kick it down for you, and you're going to want to climb up to the top of it. And you're going to go up these stairs, and what you want to do from here is take a left, and then jump up here to this area, and then over to this like balcony-ish area, and the treasure's going to be sitting right here. Alright, and then treasure number 15, you're going to be in this area right here. This is a little ways ahead, but this is the last one of the chapter here. You're going to have to use the poles to get across. But the first thing you want to do is you want to come over here and then climb up the side of these columns right here, and it's going to be sitting right there. It's a little bit hidden, but if you look for it, you can actually see it. Alright, jumping ahead to chapter 8, as soon as you start, what you want to do is go to the left of this big giant open area. There are a lot of giant, huge open areas in this game, and because there are so many giant open areas, I'm trying to I try to show off these open areas as best as I can, because a lot of times I see, collectible videos where they show where the treasures are, but they don't show the area off that well enough, so it's kind of confusing to figure out where they are in relation to each other. So I try to show them in chronological order and show off the area just well enough so that you can find your way to the next treasure. But treasure number 17 is actually going to be in this little like cave right here, and it's like a pig of some kind. And then you're going to be going through this like these living quarters that the monks had, as the subtitles say. And basically, you want to go all the way to the end of this area, near this blue crate, and sitting next to this these bushes is the 18th treasure. And then little ways ahead, you're gonna in the same area. You're gonna be pushing this crate around, and when you get it here, before climbing up, what you want to do is head back this way, and you want to actually pick up some dynamite because this will be useful. Then you're gonna want to go and climb up the top of it, and then you're gonna see these crates blocking the entrance of this like little like crawl space right here. You want to use the dynamite to blow up the crates, and you're gonna crawl in there or like crouch, walk, and in this area is gonna be the 19th treasure. All right. And then in the next treasure, you're going to be hopping around here. There's a lot of sliding in this area, but you're going to jump over here, and what you want to do is drop down this way, and it's going to be sitting down here on top of this snow. I don't know what that is. It's pretty weird looking, but interesting at the same time. All right, and then you're gonna go down this really long slide and come over here, and then Sam's gonna go down this slide too. As soon as he gets here, there's a door right there that you need to lift up. Before you go and lift the door up, what you want to do is jump up the left side of the building over here. And this treasure is another one that's pretty off the beaten path. And you're gonna climb up here, and the treasure is gonna be sitting underneath this statue. There it is. And then let me see. The first journal entry is going to be, you're going to open up that door basically, and you're going to come into this area, and your first journal entry is going to be here. Now that's, Nathan's taken automatic. Sometimes Nathan automatically takes journal entries. Those don't count to your list of journal entries. Usually the journal entries that count towards 100% are the ones where you have to go up and interact with it. Those are the ones that count. So that's your journal entry. And then your first journal note is going to be in this, when you make it, basically when you make it into this crypt, it's going to be sitting right here next to these this skull and bones. And there it is. And then after getting that, the next treasure is going to be down this way. Treasure number 22 is going to be to the left into this little side room right here. And it's going to be sitting, again, underneath another statue. And then after getting that, you can pick up your next journal entry by looking at these 3 statues. There's going to be a little bit of a dialogue moment here, but as soon as it's over, Nathan's going to pull out his journal and start making notes. And then after that, the next optional conversation will be triggered with Sam. And then you're gonna solve this puzzle right here. As soon as you solve this puzzle, with the lights and everything, you're going to be able to open up this door, but before you do that, there's going to be another optional conversation that you can trigger with Sam, with your big brother. Alright, and the next treasure is going to be on like this area right here. You're going to swing across, and there's going to be 2 enemies up ahead, but the first thing you want to do is actually head up this way and into this little side cave. There are a lot of treasures that are hidden in like little side caves in this game. and it's going to be right there. First, I'm going to pick up that gun, and there it is. All right, and then just a little bit ahead, you're going to be fighting these mercenaries, and as soon as you kill them, which there's only 2 of them, so there's not a lot. As soon as you kill them, um, what you want to do is go to the right here and jump across and go into this other like little cave, and it's going to be sitting right there on top of the barrel. All right, and then the next treasure, you're going to be climbing up here, and Sam's going to help you up, basically. And what you want to do is you actually want to go back this way, and you want to drop down and basically climb down the area that Sam climbed up. Because what happened was, I think like the cliff, the cliff basically collapses and they both get separated. So you want to go this way. This is the way that Sam used to get to you. You want to go this way and go all the way down here and climb all the way around, and then climb up here, and the treasure's going to be sitting right there. All right, and then the next treasure is going to be in this area. You're going to be walking across these long planks that are sticking out of the wall, and you're just going to continue jumping across, and as soon as you get over here, Nathan's going to automatically make like a journal entry. He's going to, like I said, sometimes he just automatically makes, you just automatically get journal entries. Those don't count, but as soon as he's done with that, you want to come down here underneath these stairs for the 26th treasure. Alright, and then right at the beginning of chapter 9, your 3rd journal entry is going to be right here with this gibbet.
So who do you think these guys are?
There it is. And as soon as you're done with that journal entry, the next treasure is down this way. And in this little like area down here underneath the skeleton. Okay, and then you're gonna basically, after like a little bit of a puzzle, you're gonna open up this door right here, and it's gonna show like the bucket falling and the water flowing, and the door's gonna open. And Nate's making fun of the fact that he didn't actually get, spiked or anything. But as soon as you're done with that puzzle, you're gonna trigger the next journal entry, which is like right there. So as soon as you get that journal entry, the next optional conversation is a little ways ahead. You just gotta let Sam, follow you and come this way, and eventually the bubble's gonna pop up. And there it is. And then after that, having that conversation, you want to head this way and jump down here. And this is a very special treasure, as you're about to see. I thought it was really... There's not just one strange relic in this game. There's actually like, I think like 3 or 4 of them. And they're all pretty cool. This is the first one that you're going to see. But you're going to come down here, and basically you're going to swing to it, and make sure you swing just the right way and not fall to your death. But it's going to be right here, and the treasure is a firefly pendant, which I thought was very cool. For any of you who have played The Last of Us, that's a really awesome game, and it was cool that they referenced that. So the next treasure is going to be in this area. This is basically where you're supposed to go. Once again, you're going to swing across, and you're going to have to boost Sam up to the right and he's going to push a crate down for you. Instead, you want to come here to the left and jump down, and all the way down here is the next treasure. Alright, and then you're going to be going through these, like, this area right here. This is like right after like a cutscene with like where like you're listening to like Rafe and Nadine. As soon as that cutscene is over, you're gonna be coming through here, and what you want to do is come to the left, and in this little room right here, near the collapsed statues, is going to be the 30th treasure. All right, and then treasure number 31, you're gonna push this crate around and use it to get up here. And as soon as you get up here, you want to go to the right of this doorway, and near this broken bridge, you're going to want to drop down and climb down a little bit, and the treasure's going to be sitting right here in like this nook in the wall. Alright, and then after getting that treasure, immediately ahead you're going to come through here, and there's going to be some dialogue, so as soon as that dialogue is over, you're gonna, I think you're gonna use the grappling hook to get over here and basically climb up. You're gonna climb up all the way to the top, and then to the right, you want to jump over this table, and it's gonna be sitting right here near this like basket. And there it is. Once again, I don't know what that is. Okay, and the next journal note is actually going to be in this area right here. You're going to want to drop down. This is where you're supposed to go, and you're going to come right here, and it's basically going to be right there next to this skeleton. There it is. And then jumping into chapter 10, you're going to be driving in your Jeep, and you're going to come to this structure right here. This is a very hard to miss structure. It's basically right on the path of where you're supposed to go. You're going to want to stop and then basically come out here and then climb up the structure, and the treasure is going to be up here sitting on top of this crate. And then a little ways ahead, you're going to be driving some more in the Jeep, and you're going to be in this giant open area, and you're going to see a waterfall. You want to head towards the waterfall, and behind it is the secret like pirate cave. And then you're going to get out of the car, and then you want to use your grappling hook to pull this crate down, or this box, whatever, crate, box, whatever you fancy, I guess. And then you're going to push it around, and you're going to use it to climb up here. And the journal note is going to be right there. And then after collecting that journal note, the next treasure is going to be sitting like right next to it on this barrel, or this bucket, or no, barrel. And the next is a journal entry. You're going to be coming through here, and you're going to try to go up here with the Jeep, but it's way too muddy, and you're going to realize that you can't actually get to the top. So you're going to have to get out of the car and climb up these stairs to this structure. And basically, as soon as you get up to the top of the structure, there's going to be a symbol on the floor, like a sigil. And you're going to look at it, and you're going to get your next journal entry. And immediately after getting that journal entry, what you want to do is you want to climb up this way for the next treasure, treasure number 35. And it's going to be sitting right there. Alright, and then you're going to be coming through here, and you're going to stop for a moment to look at the beautiful Madagascar. And as soon as you're done, what you want to do is drive down to the left right here, and there's going to be I think a structure all the way at the yeah, structure all the way at the end here. It's kind of hard to remember all of these treasures because there's so many of them. So sometimes I might be stop for a second to think about like which one like I'm actually showing because there's a lot of them. But immediately after getting that, you want to get back into your Jeep and just you want to go this way basically, which is where you're supposed to go. So do a little bit of driving. There's some pretty entertaining like banter between the characters, which I think is just so awesome. And when you get here, you basically want to stop and you want to get out of the Jeep and jump up here and come in through this like little like passageway for the next treasure. It's like a doll of some kind. Alright, and then the next journal entry is going to be in this area. There's a lot of fighting in this area, but as soon as you're done fighting, you want to come over here, and there's going to be like this trigger to trigger the dynamite and blow everything up, or blow that doorway up. As soon as you blow that doorway up, you want to come in here, and there's going to be another sigil to look at on the floor.
Another sigil. Huh. Adam Baldridge. You were in Kings Bay for a while.
And
Traitor, slaver,
yep.
general scoundrel.
All right, and then
Prison. A lot of books.
little ways ahead, you're going to pull this bridge down, and you're going to come up onto this bridge. And what you want to do is drive this way. And this is a very open chapter, so once again, I'm trying to show off this area like as best as I can because it's a very open chapter. This might be the most open chapter out of the entire game. But you're going to come to the structure, and you want to get out of the car. And this is actually a treasure that I completely walked by and missed in my first playthrough, which I thought was funny, coming back to get it. And I have no idea what that is. But there it is. And then for treasure number 39, once again, you're going to stop and you're going to see that all like the shoreline troops are searching around for the treasure. And what you want to do is come to the left over here. And there's going to be another ruined structure. And you're going to want to get out, and you want to use the car to actually get up here. But there's going to be explosive barrels, and you want to shoot them to blow this up. And then you're going to want to jump into this area. And the treasure is going to be sitting right on that table right there, near those old books. Alright? And as soon as you're done getting that treasure, you want to exit the building and get back in the car. And then you want to drive this way. And basically there's going to be a well all the way across on the other side of this area. And I think I like, yeah, like I don't know what happened there. Like my car just like turned around completely for some reason. I suck at driving in this game, so excuse me, but eventually you're going to make it to this well right here, and what you want to do is you want to grab the winch and jump down this well with it, and come all the way down here and go around. And I kind of had a stupid moment here because I was like, why isn't the winch going anymore? It's because it's wrapping around the column. But you want to go this way and bring the winch this way, and then you're going to wrap it around this column right here, and then Sully's going to start the car and throw it in reverse, and it's going to pull this column down. You're going to use this column to get to this treasure. This is a very creative treasure. There are a lot of like extremely creative treasures like this where like you have to think a little bit, and I glitched out there. That was pretty funny. You're gonna use it to jump over here, and the treasure is gonna be sitting right here. Again, on another table. All right, and then as soon as you're done collecting that treasure, you basically want to turn around, jump down, and the fourth journal note is going to be sitting next to this column right here. There it is. And then treasure number 41, you're going to be coming through here. Those two like little columns right there are sort of an indicator of where you need to go. This is to the left of the area, and this one's a little tricky. You have to go a little bit off the beaten path to get to this one, but you're going to see that smoke. And when you get to this tree right here, you want to go up to the left. And I had a little bit of trouble actually getting up here, because once again, I suck at driving. But you want to come up here and go this way. And shoreline, they're blowing shit up down there. But you're going to come to another structure. You're going to get out of the car, and it's going to be sitting right here. And then immediately after, immediately after collecting that, you want to head in the opposite direction of where you are, towards the smoke, and this way there's going to be a cave that you can go into, and there's the tower up there, sort of again as an indicator of where you are. And you're going to come through this cave, and there's going to be some enemies, but I fight through them pretty quickly, so I didn't really feel the need to cut this out, because I basically just killed two guys and went and got the treasure. So you kill this guy, and you blow this up, and then you're going to want to jump down here into this area, and the treasure is going to be sitting right there. Alright, and as soon as you're done with this area, what you want to do is dang it. Okay, as soon as you're done with that treasure, you want to come this way, and there's going to be another structure. There's going to be more enemies in this area right here. Once again, you're going to want to kill them. And again, I didn't really feel the need to cut this out because I killed them pretty dang quick. But as soon as you kill these enemies, there's going to be another, like, one of those, like, triggers to, like, blow up the dynamite and all of that. And there's going to be a treasure inside that area. Yeah, I kind of got startled for a second here because my Siri on my phone went off for no reason at all. Okay, so trigger this dynamite, and then come into this area. And then make a right, and then make a left, and the treasure's going to be right there. Alright. Okay, the next journal entry is going to be this way. This is, again, where you're supposed to go. You're going to come up to this tower right here. And there's a journal entry, 2 optional conversations, and a treasure. So the first thing you're going to do is get the journal entry. Then you're going to come up here, and you have to wait around just a little bit to trigger the conversations. They're basically going to like be looking at Kings Bay. They're going to be looking at the nice view, and eventually, any minute now, the bubble's going to pop up. And this is another conversation that I felt like I didn't really need to cut it out because it's pretty short. But as soon as you're done with that conversation, you want to go over to Sully, and you'll be able to have another optional conversation with him.
appreciate you coming
And
along
then
for
after
the ride.
getting that
Especially
optional
with your
conversation
plan.
done, um,
No problem. Hell, I'd be lying if I said I
you're
wasn't
gonna
enjoying
be
myself.
able to get the next treasure, which is
Me too.
it's up at the top of this tower right here. So you're gonna want to actually climb around the front here and get up this way, and then it's gonna be up here. There it is. All right, and then the next journal entry of the
Guys, there's another
chapter
tower
is
just
going to
over
be a
there.
little ways ahead. You're going to
Better
make
show
it
me
in this
around.
area
Check
right
it out.
here, and Nathan's going to comment on the fact that uh,
Check it
you're the
out.
first ones there.
What do you make of the drawbridge,
As
Nathan?
soon as you
Well,
get
look,
here, you want to
Grace.
get out of the
You
car,
don't put up a
climb
drawbridge
up
unless you're trying to
this
protect
way,
something.
and I was trying to reload my sniper rifle there,
Maybe.
and you're going to have yet again another sigil on the floor to look at and make a journal entry for.
I do, actually. And Bonnie. Operated out of the
Alright,
Caribbean.
and then
In jail. At least that's what the stories tell us.
basically,
Avery must
when
have
you
been there too.
when you make it to this tower right here, it's going to pan out for you. And as soon as you get to the top of these stairs, you're going to want to go to the right of this door, which is that door is where you're supposed to go, basically. So you want to go this way, and the treasure's going to be right there. And then you're going to go through that door, and you're going to come down um, into this room right here, and then you're going to basically Sam's going to help you push this cabinet out of the way, and you're going to see that there's light coming through. And what you want to do is you want to go
Let's break the
um,
Alright, let's look
pick up
around.
these explosives right here, and you're going to use this to actually open the path. Um, and as soon as you open the path, you're going to come through here, go up these stairs, and then you're going to open up this door with this crank right here. And Sam's going to run ahead because he's very eager to get to the actual treasure. But as soon as you open up the door, you want to come this way, and the treasure is going to be sitting right here in between these crates. And as soon as you collect that treasure, you want to pull out your gun, because treasure number 47 is going to be hidden inside this box right here, this wooden box. You have to shoot it in order to get it open. Alright, and that's it for chapter 10. Moving on to chapter 11. There you go. As soon as you start, you're going to go into this marking right here. You want to take a left. Um, as soon as you get through these crowd of people, you want to take a left and come down this way and down these stairs. And the treasure is going to be sitting right here next to this dumpster. Alright, and then after getting that, you're going to want to come up here. And the next treasure, Sully was getting in my way here. The next treasure is going to be a little ways ahead. This is a little bit of an interesting treasure because you have to sort of bargain for this treasure. It's going to be in this, like, you're going to come to this basically like this auction right here of like this little like area with these antiques, and you're going to spot it, and it's about like a minute or two of like dialogue, so I cut through some of it because I didn't want to show all of it. But basically, as soon as you've bargained with this guy, like after a little, like a minute or two of bargaining with this guy, he'll finally give you, ask for 300, and you'll give him 300, and he'll give you the item, and that'll be your next treasure. So that's a very interesting one. And then after getting that, the next optional conversation can be triggered, which might be one of my favorite optional conversations in the game. I like these areas a lot of the game that are just very open and filled with a lot of interesting things you can look at. But you're gonna come and you're gonna look at this lemur right here, and Sully's gonna be like, "We should keep going," but Nathan's gonna be like, "But it's a lemur, you know," and you're gonna leave, and then the lemur is going to come back and totally just steal your apple, and it's really funny. And then you can have the optional conversation with Sully. Um, and then the next treasure is going to be, once you finally make it into like this clock tower right here for your first time, you're going to come through the window and get in this way. You're going to want to come into this side room right here, and it's going to be sitting on this little statue. All right. And you're going to be climbing the clock tower, and you're going to make it all the way to the top of the clock tower here. And you're going to want to come all the way up here to the top. And keep climbing, and then you're going to finally make it up here. And you're going to want to run across this wooden column, and then it's going to be sitting right there on this like little balcony area. And you're going to have this crazy ass like action sequence where the clock tower is basically collapsing and everything, and you're going to use this grappling hook, and you're going to fall down, and it's crazy as crazy. Crazy is crazy. You're going to make it all the way to the bottom here, and then one last. And as soon as that's over, you're going to want to run over here, and the treasure is going to be sitting right there. Alright. Jumping ahead to chapter 12. Right at the beginning here, you're going to be in your boat, and you're going to want to head towards the island. And this is where you want to go first. It's very easy to find this area because, once again, this is a very open area, and a lot of these areas stick out like a sore thumb. You know, you just got to look for it, sort of. But the next journal entry is going to be right at the end here. You're going to look at this grave, and Nathan's going to make another journal entry. And as soon as you're done getting that journal entry, the next journal note is actually going to be this way. And it's going to be right here in this cave. Alright, and then after collecting that, you want to get back in your boat, and you're going to drive it all the way around the left side of this island. And yeah, you do a lot of driving here with your boat, but eventually you're going to make it to another area. The way I'm doing this level is, since this is another really open level, the way I'm doing this level is I'm trying to collect everything on the outside of the area first, and then I'm going to go for the inside. And I start by basically going clockwise around the island, the main island, because there's a lot of little islands too, but there's the main island. But you're going to make it to this area, and all the way at the end here, you got to go inland a little bit, but when you make it here, it's going to be sitting right here next to this broken broken wooden box. And then after collecting that, you're going to want to get back into your boat, and you're going to want to go all the way to that little island off in the distance right there. So, yeah. Get back in your boat, and back it up and start heading towards it. And yeah, the water is really pretty. But when you do finally make it here, you want to get out of the boat, and this is like on the beach side. I was actually a little confused trying to find this one. I ran around for about 20 seconds until I actually found it. But it's actually, the journal note is right here in this like leather like satchel. And then after collecting that journal note, you want to head all the way to the other end of this area, and for the next journal entry. And yeah, Sam doesn't actually follow you here, so you're just going to be going by yourself. One thing you need to know about these areas is if you run around for too long, Sam will get in the boat and start driving it around. So it could be kind of hard to find the boat, but the next journal entry is right there, and the next treasure is actually underwater. You're going to want to swim down here, and in the wreckage of this old pirate ship is going to be the treasure. And as soon as you find your boat, you're going to drive it all the way back, but instead of going back to the area that you came from, you want to go to the left of that area, and keep driving, and the graphics are amazing. But you're going to get to this little like this rock right here, and to the right of this rock is going to be like this area you can actually jump up to. You have to use your boat to get up here, so make sure you park like right next to it. And then you're going to climb up here all the way to the top, and the treasure's going to be sitting right here on the edge. And then after collecting that treasure, you're going to want to jump down and get back in your boat. And once again, Sam was moving around here, being a little bit of a nuisance, and he was in my way here. But as soon as you get into your boat, you want to not get stuck like I did here. Oh my god, I'm not really good at driving the boat either. I'm better at driving the boat than I am at driving the Jeep, but or the 4x4. But as soon as you have control of the boat, you want to drive over this way, and there's going to be a little area to explore right here. And the next treasure is going to be sitting right here underneath this or next to this tree. Alright, and then after collecting that, you want to get back in your boat once again. And then you're going to want to keep going this way. And you're going to make it to this beach side right here. And this is the area where you're supposed to go. It's going to allow you to basically look up at that like tower right there, and that's where you're supposed to go. What you want to do is come to the left, and in this cave, once again, there's going to be another treasure. And then after collecting that treasure, the next treasure is like right nearby. You're going to come this way, and underneath this rock, it's going to be right there. And then after collecting that treasure, the next journal entry is going to be like right nearby. It's going to be to my right. I get a little bit confused here, but then I turn around and realize, oh, it's right there. But there it is. You're going to want to look at this dead pirate right here for the next journal entry. And he's going to write it in his book. And there you go. Alright, then you're going to finally make it into the secret pirate cave. You're going to climb all the way to the top. This is where you're supposed to go once again. And when you get up here, there's going to be a little bit of dialogue. But as soon as that dialogue is over, you're going to want to come to the right here. And then jump up here. And the treasure's going to be right there. Alright, and then you're going to boost Sam up, and he's going to go across this wooden bridge. And the wooden bridge is going to break. And you're going to have to use it to actually climb up yourself. Alright, and once you get up here, you're going to want to jump across. And the treasure is going to be right there.
God damn it. Let's see here. I ruined my marriage. Drove my best friend.
Okay, and then a little ways ahead, you're going to make it to this, the edge of the cliff here, and you're going to be able to trigger another optional conversation with your big brother Sam.
You didn't hear me? When?
And there it is.
I called out to you.
And then you're going to climb up, and you're going to be going through this area. This is where you're supposed to go, and you're going to make it to this structure right here. And you're supposed to climb up the structure. Instead, what you want to do is go inside, and the treasure is going to be sitting right there. And then immediately after collecting that, you want to climb up the structure, which is, this is where you're, again, where you're supposed to go. And you're going to go across this wooden plank, and then swing across. And instead of sliding down, the first thing you want to do is actually come across this way. And the treasure is going to be sitting right here in the grass. And then immediately after collecting that treasure, the next strange relic is actually going to be down at the bottom of the slope here. You're going to want to slide all the way down. And once you get to the bottom, you want to go to the left. And then you want to actually climb up here to the left. And you have to do quite a bit of climbing to get to this one. But as soon as you get up to the top here, you're going to want to jump and then swing across. And it's going to be sitting right here. And I don't know what that is. That must be like a bird fountain or something. But when you're done collecting that treasure, the next journal entry is basically you want to go the opposite direction of where you came. And you want to go this way. And then you want to jump down here. And the next journal entry you get by looking at this these statues. Alright, and then basically when you're going down here, this is where you're supposed to go. You're going to go down the slide, and you're going to use the grappling hook to get over here. Then you're going to come through here and use the grappling hook again. But instead of dropping down, which is what you're supposed to do, you want to actually climb up to the top of this rope and then swing over here towards the statue, and the treasure is going to be right in here. Alright, and then after collecting that treasure, you're going to want to use your grappling hook again, but this time you're going to want to actually drop down, and you're going to come into this room right here, and the next journal entry is going to be, you're going to get the next journal entry by looking at this table, this diorama.
That looks like a city street. I think they actually built all this.
All right, and then the next optional conversation is triggered in this room right here. You're gonna look at this, and eventually, you know, Sam's gonna ask, what this place is, and you're gonna answer him, and there it is. And after having that optional conversation, you're gonna want to go this way and jump down here and swim over to this side of the cave. And the next treasure number 65, is going to be right there. Alright, and then a little ways ahead, you're going to have to climb up to the top of Henry Avery's statue. But before doing that, what you want to do is actually look up at him from below and get this journal entry. And that's where that journal entry is. And then jumping into chapter 13 here, when you make it to this area, what you want to do is jump down over here. This is a very complex treasure. I had a lot of trouble finding this one. But you basically want to just basically go where I go and you'll find this treasure without any problems. We have to do a lot of climbing to get to this one. But when you do finally get there, the treasure is going to be sitting right here in between the cliff, wedged in between the cliff. Alright. And then after getting that treasure, you're going to see Rafe's boats right there. Rafe's men. And you're going to use this little like tree, broken tree branch to swing across. And the cliff's going to actually like crumble a little bit. Adding a little bit of suspense. But as soon as you get that little cinematic, you want to come into this cave right here and then jump down over here, and the treasure is going to be right there in the corner. And then after getting that, you're going to want to go this way and then climb up here. And the next journal entry can be gotten by looking at this sign that is next to the skeleton. And then immediately after getting that journal entry, you want to slide down this way. Alright, and then come up here. And the treasure is going to be sitting right there. And it's like a telescope, I believe. Yep, a telescope. Okay, and then immediately after collecting that, you're going to come through here. And this is where you're supposed to go, basically. And you're going to want to come through here and then climb up this way. And the next journal note is actually gotten by looking or going through this guy's stuff, this skeleton's like satchel. And then after getting that journal note, the next journal entry is right there. You basically just want to look at that hanging dead guy. Alright, and then in this area right here, there's a lot of fighting in this area, but as soon as you're done fighting, this is again where you're supposed to go. You're going to swing across, and you're going to jump this way, and you're going to be coming through here, and the next journal note is right ahead. You're going to come up here, and it's going to be right there. And then immediately after collecting that this journal note, the next treasure is going to be to the left over here.
Luck as me with this treasure.
There it is. It's like a dagger of some kind. And then treasure number 70, you're going to be coming through this area with here. You basically, this is after you've reunited with Sam once again. You're going to come through here, and this is like right at the end of chapter 13. And you're going to want to come this way, go down here, and then come through this little passageway, and go down here. Lots of crouch walking to get to this one. But as soon as you get into this room, it's going to be right there. Alright. Chapter 14, right at the beginning, as soon as you start chapter 14, what you want to do is jump up here, and the treasure is going to be sitting on this like wagon. Okay. And then the next optional conversation can be triggered like right after that with Sam. And immediately after getting that optional conversation, what you want to do is head this way and jump over to this building. This is basically Libertalia right here, the Lost City. And you're going to come into this area, and the journal note is going to be right here. Alright, and then after getting that journal note, the next optional conversation can be triggered. But in order to trigger it, you have to look at these swords right here, and there's a pretty funny cutscene where Sam tries to be a pirate but fails epically, as you can see. But after that cutscene is over, the next optional conversation is going to automatically pop up with you and Sam. I'm just waiting for the bubble to pop up.
Suppose they traded with other colonies?
There it is.
If they did, they didn't do it on this island.
And then immediately after completing that optional conversation, the next treasure can be found to the right over here in this building. A lot of the collectibles in this area are like really close together. So, yeah, this is probably the one chapter I would have to say where the collectibles are like really like bunched together. And the next journal entry can be gotten by going over here and looking at this like pirate like code of conduct. And then the next journal entry after that can be gotten by going into this building, and you're gonna want to examine like the remains of like these horses, and there's gonna be a little bit of dialogue here, but you know, after this dialogue is over, he's gonna write it in his journal, and that'll be the next journal entry. But yeah, as soon as you're done making this journal entry, you're going to trigger another conversation with Sam. And there it is. And then after having that conversation with Sam, you're going to want to go this way. And I got a little bit confused here. But basically, you're going to want to just follow where I go, and eventually you'll make it here. But this is probably the longest optional conversation in the entire game right here. There's going to be you're going to come in here, and there's going to be a chair that you can sit down in, and you're going to have this really long but entertaining optional conversation with Sam. I decided to cut it out for the purpose of length, but there it is. And as soon as you're done with that optional conversation, the next journal entry is going to be this way. you're going to want to come back to where treasure number 72 was, and instead of going into that building, you want to jump down here, and the journal entry is going to be gotten by looking at the symbol.
Secured them when I was coming to find you.
Who's marking these places? Is that another sigil?
And
I know of.
then the next
Then I'm sure these guys
optional conversation is actually gotten right here.
Hey Nathan,
This is a little bit confusing. You're going to get an optional conversation, and when you have this optional conversation, you're going to get a journal entry as well. Nathan's going to sketch a picture of Sam, and that's going to count as one of your journal entries. That one kind of confused me a bit because I went through and I was like, am I missing a journal entry? Then I realized that the journal entry that I supposedly was missing was like right there, was the picture that he sketched of Sam. And then treasure number 73 is going to be in these prison cells right here, these pirate cells. And I actually broke the bucket there while reaching for it. Alright, and then you're going to be going through the secret like underground hideout. I'm using the subtitles to help understand where I am. You're going to look at that symbol, and then as soon as you're done looking at it, you're going to climb up here, up this ladder, and the next treasure is going to be to the right over here. Alright, and then the next journal note is going to be in this area right here. There's a lot of fighting in this area, but once you're done, you're going to swing across this way. Again, this is where you're supposed to go. You're going to swing across to this building, and this is a pretty big open area, but you're going to want to jump down here and come through this way, jump down, and the journal note is going to be sitting right there on the table. And then immediately after getting that journal note, treasure number 75 is going to be in the room next door. You're going to want to climb up here, and it's going to be right there. And then after getting that, the next treasure is going to be in this area. Once again, you're going to swing across, and you're going to come over here, and you're going to have this really nice view right here. What you want to do is come to the right, and there's going to be another like piece of wood you could swing from, and you're going to come over here to this secret area for this treasure. This is a pretty hidden one, I must admit. It's another like pocket knife of sorts. And then after getting that, you want to use the piece of wood to swing back to where you previously were, and then you're going to go this way and come through here, and come over here and basically shimmy across, and the treasure's going to be sitting right here on this table. It's another animal of some kind. And after collecting that, Sam's going to swing across and jump over here and join you. As soon as he does, what you want to do is jump up here, and you're going to slide down. And you're going to come into this area right here, and you're going to want to come up these stairs and go to the right. And this way, and the treasure is going to be right there. Okay, and then the next optional conversation is going to be in this area right here, with just like this area basically where this giant battle took place. You have to wait for Sam to get here before you can trigger this optional conversation, and it takes him a little bit of time, but not too long. But he's gonna examine the like the dead bodies, like the corpses,
Real question is who's fighting who?
and eventually the bubble's gonna pop up. And
Dressed a bit more fancy. Look like
anytime
soldiers.
now. Okay, there it is.
It was
Then
the
after having this
the soldiers.
optional conversation, you want to turn around and then head through here and go down this way. And treasure number 79 is going to be sitting right there. Okay. Alright, jumping into chapter 15 here. As soon as you start, treasure number 80 is going to be to the left underneath this collapsed shelves right there. And then immediately after collecting that, the next journal entry is gotten by looking at this the head of this Avery statue.
You've certainly seen better days.
Okay, and then after getting that, the next optional conversation is triggered by looking at this dead soldier.
Fancy clothes.
So there's going to be a little bit of dialogue here, but eventually you're going to trigger the optional conversation.
Nice job.
Um,
What the hell happened here?
there we go. And then you're going to have this optional conversation.
What if
And then there are 3 journal notes in this chapter. And this chapter basically, all the collectibles are in this one library area right here. And there are 3 journal notes in this area. And basically, they're not in any specific locations. I would have to say that the only way to get these journal notes is just to search around and, you know, search around basically and go through as many cabinets as you find. And like I said, they're in completely random spots, so I don't think they're in any specific spot. So from searching around a bit, you'll find the journal note, the first journal note, and after getting that, once again, you're going to want to search around a bit, search the cabinets, and eventually you will find it. I sped a lot of this stuff up because I run around a lot searching for these, but search here, and then the next journal note I find is actually in this cabinet right here. And then after collecting that, once again, you're going to have to search around for it by going through the cabinets, and it's not in there. But yeah, I got really confused trying to find these, but once you get the idea of it, it's not too bad. But the third journal note for me was in this chest right here. And then immediately after collecting that, the final optional conversation of this chapter is basically gotten by talking to Sam. Sam is crouched down over here, and
What do you got?
there's the next optional conversation basically. So jumping into chapter 16, right at the beginning, you want to come up this way and head towards like this fountain, and the treasure is going to be sitting on this bench right here. It's like a toy soldier. And then the next optional conversation, you're going to drop down from the attic and you're going to have the option to come into this room right here. You're going to want to come into this room. Then you're going to want to come over here and pick up this letter. And then you're going to want to read it and then put it back down. And as soon as you're done reading it, Sam is going to trigger the next optional conversation. Then you're going to come into this room right here, where you got all the weird, like, ancient stuff, like the sarcophagus and all that. But as soon as this cutscene is over, you want to go to the right here, and then go up these stairs. And the treasure is going to be sitting right there at the top of the stairs. Okay. And then optional conversations 23 and 24 are gotten in this room right here, like this gardenish looking room. you're basically, what you want to do is you want to pick up this book, which is the general history of robberies and whatever. General history of robberies and murders of the most notorious pirates. And you're going to trigger the first optional conversation with Sam. And then immediately after having that conversation, I had a little trouble clicking on the bubble. Immediately after having that conversation, then you'll be able to trigger the next optional conversation with him. Just you gotta wait around a little bit for it, I believe. And then the final treasure of this chapter is going to be in this area. You're going to push this cabinet, and then you're going to climb up this cabinet. Up here, and you're going to want to go across to the left, but instead of doing that, what you want to do is jump over here to this area that is basically it's inaccessible. Like the only way to get here is to jump from there. So the final treasure is going to be right there, and it's like a snow globe of sorts. It's a snow globe basically. Alright, and then jumping into chapter 17, Elena's going to drop this ladder down for you, and you're going to climb up, and the first optional conversation of this chapter is going to be triggered, like automatically right here. And then immediately after having this optional conversation, the next treasure is actually going to be sitting here at the edge of like this little like cliff. And then after getting that treasure, the second optional conversation can be gotten by going up this way. See, a lot of the optional conversations you have to trigger by going to certain areas of the levels. This conversation is triggered in like this area of the level. But after having that optional conversation, a little ways ahead, you're going to be coming through here, and basically you and Elena have split up because you boosted her up, but like the path collapsed, so you have to find your own way around. And you're going to be coming through here, and you're going to drop down and use your climbing axe thingy, and you're going to come here, and this is going to fall. And I had my lock on aim there for some reason. I don't know why it was on, but yeah, as soon as you're done beating these guys up, you're going to want to come this way. And the treasure is going to be right down here. And then after getting that treasure, you're going to want to climb back up. And then the next two conversations can be triggered near this elevator right here. You have to kind of wait around a little bit for her to start it. But eventually the bubble is going to pop up. So you're going to have the first optional conversation with her, and then immediately after having that optional conversation, then you're going to have this the second conversation with her. So yeah. Alright, and then after having those two conversations, a little ways ahead, you're going to be in your 4x4 here, and you're going to come to this area right here, and it's a pretty open area. And you're going to come to this like this windmill, and you want to get out of the car, and the next journal entry is gotten basically by looking at it, and yep, there it is. And immediately after getting that journal entry, what you're going to want to do is grab the winch from the truck and then jump down here. And this is what you're supposed to do, so this isn't really that confusing. But you're going to attach the winch, and she's going to throw the car in reverse, and the building's going to fall down. And then you're going to climb up to the top. And you're going to want to come to the left right here, out on this little like balcony area, and the treasure's going to be sitting right there. Okay. And the next treasure can be gotten a little ways ahead. Basically, you're going to get attacked in the truck, and you're gonna have to climb up here to try and save Elena, but obviously she's got things handled, so she's just gonna kick ass while you just stand around and watch her. As soon as that cutscene is over, you want to come to the left here, and the treasure's gonna be sitting right here on the cliffside. All right, and then you're gonna be coming through here, and you're gonna make it to this building. There's gonna be this building right here to the right. This little house, which is the place where the elevator keeper basically lived. Um,
Probably the elevator.
and you can get the 14th journal note is collected right here. And then immediately after getting that journal note, what you're gonna want to do is jump out this window, and treasure number 88 is going to be right there. And then after getting that treasure, then you're going to want to head back to the car and get back in it. And this treasure isn't too far away, so I decided to just leave this stuff in. But you're going to get back in the car, and you're going to drive over here, and there's going to be another elevator that you're going to have to get into. You want to get out of the car, and you're going to want to climb up here, and sitting right here next to this windmill is the not windmill, mill or whatever, is the 89th treasure. And then you're going to be going up this elevator right here, and the next two optional conversations can be triggered in this area. The first one is triggered right here, and then immediately after that you can have the 30th optional conversation. This is where you're supposed to go, so it's not too confusing. Then you're going to have this really crazy scene where you're in the Jeep in the river, and you're going to have to jump out before you go plummeting to your death. And there's going to be a cutscene. As soon as that cutscene's over, you're going to want to come this way, and you can get a journal entry by looking at the bridge. And the river is right there to the right, so that's sort of another indication of where you are, or where you need to be. And then the next journal note can be gotten in this area. You're going to be climbing up, and you're going to need to use the river to get across. So you're going to slide, and you're going to come this way. And then what you're going to want to do is come to the right over here. And then you're going to want to climb up here. And the journal note is right here. Alright, jumping ahead to chapter 18, right at the beginning here, the first optional conversation of this chapter can be gotten. Basically Elena's going to come over here, and she's going to look at this grave and read the sign, and the bubble's going to pop up. So that's where the first optional conversation of the chapter is. And then treasure number 90 is actually going to be like right near that area. You're just going to want to come over here, and it's going to be sitting right there. And then after getting that treasure, you can trigger I think it's the 32nd optional conversation. Once again, you have to wait around a little bit here for Elena to sort of catch up with you. But she's going to look up at another sign, and eventually the bubble's going to pop up. There it is. And then after having that optional conversation, you're going to want to climb up here. And you're going to want to use these gibbets as like platforms to get where you're supposed to go, but instead you want to come to the right over here, and you have to climb a little bit to get to this one, but just keep going this way. And you're gonna climb down this gibbet, and it's going to be right inside. And it's like a shotgun of some kind, it looks like. Alright, and then the next treasure is in this area right here. You're basically going to jump down here, and you're going to want to swim across to the left, and the treasure is going to be in this little area right here. And then immediately after getting that, the next journal note can be collected by going through this area. Just come through here, jump into this building, come through this way, and it's going to be sitting on this bed right here.
Someone had it in for this guy. Oh, another old note.
Alright, the next journal note is in this area. You're going to look and see that, you know, Nadine has brought a lot of people, basically. Nathan's going to comment on that, and you're going to jump down over here, and the journal note is going to be sitting next to this skeleton, or this person that has basically hung himself. And after looking at this journal note, you're going to have another optional conversation with Elena. Make sure that she has actually jumped down here too, because sometimes the optional conversation will actually come up, but she will still be up on the ledge and you won't be able to trigger it. And a lot of the optional conversations are actually timed in this game. Like, you only have a certain amount of time to respond to them. So, yeah. The next treasure is right there underneath the waterfall. And then the next optional conversation, you're going to be coming through here. Everything seems all normal and whatnot. And then, boom, it's going to start collapsing. You're going to have this crazy sequence where you're going to be sliding down. But it's a pretty insane sequence. A lot of great moments like this in this game. As soon as you get to the bottom, Elena's basically going to ask you if you're alright, and that'll trigger the next optional conversation.
You okay?
Or no, Nathan's going to ask her. Yeah, she is going to ask you if you're okay. Alright, and then after having that optional conversation, from the area that from that area, you want to swim this way, and when you get to the statue right here, you want to dive underwater, and the treasure is going to be sitting right over here. And then after getting that treasure, you want to come inside this building, which is where you're supposed to go, and the next journal entry can be gotten a little ways ahead. You're going to want to climb up here and come over this way, and journal entry number 24 is right there. Okay, and then after getting that journal entry, the next treasure is like in the same room. All you need to do is just turn around, head down here, and it's going to be sitting next to this couch right here. Alright, and then after getting that treasure, the next journal note is actually sitting on the this table in this room right here.
What's this?
Okay, and then you're going to have this cutscene with Elena, and as soon as this cutscene is over, this is basically the room where all of the famous pirates are, where they all committed suicide, or didn't commit suicide. They were all killed from being poisoned. As soon as this cutscene is over with Elena, the 19th journal note is going to be right here. And then the final journal entry is actually going to be in this exact room. You're going to make a journal entry of this table of dead pirates. That's the final journal entry in the game right there. And then journal note number 20 out of 23 is going to be in the room next door. And you're going to come to like this fireplace, and it's going to be right here.
What's this?
The next treasure is going to be up here in this area, a little ways ahead. You're going to want to go right into this room that's where you're supposed to go, but instead of doing that, you're going to want to come down this way, and the treasure's going to be right there. Okay, and then the next optional conversation is a little ways ahead in this room right here. There's a little bit of dialogue here, but eventually it's going to trigger, or it's going to pop up. Yeah, it's in this room. So
Yeah, that's exactly what he was. Can you imagine taking orders
Elena's
from
basically
him?
just going to talk about her first job, and that's going to be the conversation right there.
No, my manager from Macho Nacho.
Macho Nacho. All right, and the
Quickly,
journal note number 21 is gotten pretty much automatically. Elena just basically picks this note up and she gives it to you, and
really surprised.
that's
I guess not.
this journal note.
Here you go.
And then immediately after
Thanks.
collecting this journal note, what you want to do is you're going to go through these doors right here, and then treasure number 97 is going to be in this room, and you're going to want to make a right and go up this winding staircase right here.
There's no more footprints. They end here.
Okay, so
And
where did they go?
come all the way to the end of this like upstairs area, and it's going to be right there. Okay, and jumping ahead into chapter 19 here. This is about midways into chapter 19. You're going to examine this exploding mummy right here.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're done examining it,
Avery's got
what you want to do is
this mummification wasn't,
go to the left and then down here. There's only 2 treasures in this entire chapter, so this is probably the shortest chapter in the game, I would have to say. But there's the first treasure, and then the second treasure is in this area right here. There's a lot of exploding mummies, but you're gonna make it here, and you're gonna be able to examine
quite as creepy as
that
all the
corpse. And as soon as you're done examining it, you want to go to the left,
Yeah,
and the treasure is gonna be sitting right here on top of these barrels. Okay, and then jumping to chapter 20, when you make it out of this area and see you make it out into basically the ship graveyard, you're gonna jump down here, and then you're gonna want to jump up here, and then over this way, and the treasure is gonna be up on this ledge or this cliffside. All right, and then jumping way ahead in the chapter here, there's a lot of fighting, but when you finally get reunited when Elena, Nathan, Sully, and Sam, when they all get reunited finally, and you make it into this port town, you're going to want to come through here, and you're going to want to come down these stairs,
Shoreline set up an ambush by the plane.
and go this way, and into this little side building right here for treasure number 101. Okay, and then the next treasure is gotten in this area, which is a little bit ahead. You're basically going to look and see where your plane is, and you're going to have to find another way around. You're going to come to this building right here, and it's locked on the front door, like you can't get in through the front, and you can't get in through the roof. So what you need to do is drop down and get into it this way. And I had a little bit of trouble making this jump, but eventually I make it. There we go. And the treasure is going to be right there. Okay, and then the next journal note, sorry, is in this area right here. As soon as Sam basically leaves you and starts going for the treasure himself, you're going to be coming through this little area, this little town area, and the next journal note is going to be right here on this table.
Let's just find him.
And then after getting that journal note, the next treasure is going to be this way. You're going to want to come through here, up these stairs, and the treasure is going to be right on there on the cabinet, or like that little dresser. And then after getting that treasure, treasure number 104 is actually going to be through here, and you're going to want to head towards that statue, and then once you get there, you want to come through this little hole into this building, and the treasure is going to be right there. Alright, and then jumping ahead to chapter 21. You're going to be trying to find Sam here. You're going to look and you're going to see these footprints. And as soon as you're done examining those footprints, what you want to do is use your grappling hook or grappling rope, whatever. And you're going to want to jump over here. I had a lot of trouble actually. Not a lot of trouble. I had a little bit of trouble actually getting over here. Because it's a little bit of a tricky jump to make. But you're going to want to jump up here to this secret, or like secret area. And the treasure's going to be right there. Alright. And then the final journal note of the game is actually going to be in this area a little ways ahead. You're going to be climbing through here, and you're going to make it to like this this campfire. And the journal note is going to be up here near this dead pirate's remains. Okay, and then treasure number 106 is going to be up here. You're going to come through this way and jump down into this area, and you're going to want to come over here, and it's going to be right there. Okay, and then for treasure number 107, you're going to be climbing up here and going through this area, and this is the next, the final strange relic treasure. Basically, you're going to use this thing for your grappling rope, and you're going to drop down and spot Avery's ship. And I had to actually cut this out because, or create a transition here, because I actually died swinging on this rope. This is a little bit of a tricky jump to make, but you're going to be swinging on this rope, and you want to jump over here to this secret area. And this is the final strange relic of the game, and it's going to be, it is a Wampa fruit from Crash Bandicoot, which is really awesome. Alright, treasure number 108. You're going to be sliding down through here. This is pretty intense right here, but then you're going to grab on and you're going to make it to the bottom. And as soon as you make it to the bottom, you want to swim all the way over here and go to the right. And then the treasure is going to be right there. Okay, jumping into chapter 22, there's only one treasure in this chapter, and once you're heading towards this boat and the ship, Henry Avery's ship, and it explodes, you're going to want to dive underwater. I had a little trouble diving underwater here, but you're going to want to dive underwater, and it's going to be to the right here in this little cave area. And then the final conversation is actually going to be in the epilogue here, so major spoiler warning if you have not played this game. Don't watch this video because this is a huge spoiler alert here, but this final optional conversation of the game is going to be in the epilogue here. You're going to be playing as Cassie, and you're going to be on the port, and all you want to do is just interact with your dog, and that's it. So that's all of the collectibles in Uncharted 4: Thieves' End. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun playing through this game again. If you did enjoy this, please comment, rate, subscribe. Leave a like at the bottom. I worked very hard on this video. This was a very hard video to edit. Um, it took me about a week and a half to get this entire video done. So if you want to go check out my other treasure guides, I've done treasure guides for the other Uncharted games as well. So you're welcome to do that. But yeah, that's all the collectibles in Uncharted 4: Thieves End. I hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, once again, please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.